What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Eclectic Beard Reactions. This go around, we're going to take a look at something a little bit different. Top 10 most expensive NFT art sales so far. Now, this is something I've actually been digging into. Not so much the art side of things, because I don't know a lot about art. I'm learning, but the NFT part of it, the non-fungible tokens, it's fascinating because they're secured, or the security of them is done on blockchain. A lot of them, they're minted on, whether it be Ethereum networks or most of them are done on Ethereum networks. Some of them done on that's the most common, minting on Ethereum network. A lot of the NFTs are sold with Ethereum, which cryptocurrency and stuff like that. Another thing I've actually been diving into and studying and trying to take and invest in here and there. But I just find it fascinating because we think of art and you take and go to museums, you take and go to art galleries, you do stuff like that. This is held within your basically your crypto wallet, and you can buy them and hold and sell later on. You can get in early on stuff and really take and make profits, or you can hold it for a long-term investment. And it's just fascinating that people are creating artwork that is digital, but it's also, so you don't own a physical piece, even though some artists do have projects that are at the same time, not only do they have a digital edition of it, which you take and buy the NFT for it, but you also get a physical copy of it as well to take and put up on your wall and stuff like that, take and show proof of ownership, which is what we mostly equate art with. But with NFTs, mostly the case is you take and buy it, and like I said, it's a long-term, it can either be a short, long-term investment, and it's digital, so it's held within your, a lot of times your wallet, like MetaMask and stuff like that. And it's for me, it's fascinating because I think blockchain is the future of the way the world is going to take and work as far as this metaverse and everything they're talking about. It just seems to me that blockchains, whether it be the security of them, the ways that you're able to take and actually use it to take and make transactions, just the myriad of ways that I think blockchain and just crypto in itself is going to take and play into the future. Really fascinating. So we're going to take a look at the top 10 most expensive NFT art sales so far. Unfortunately, this is, it's a top 10 list. I get it, but this is, for me, it's fascinating. At least this subject right here is fascinating. Some of you might not like it. I get it. And it is Watch Mojo, but hey, for all their flaws, they do put out some pretty decent stuff here. So before we go any further, like, subscribe, and the notification bell. Let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, I hated Nyan Cat. Kids love that crap.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most expensive NFT art sales so far.
By 24 pixels, simplistic. Only 10,000 were made back in 2017 and originally handed.
And those were, that's the crazy thing about cryptopunks. They were free. This is what they're talking about, cryptopunks. They were free if you had a crypto wallet. So all you had to do is basically claim one. The prices they're going for today.
It out for free. Now some of these things are trading upwards of $2 million.
I think NFTs are here to stay in perpetuity. I think the NBA is one of the great IPs in the world.
For this list, we'll be looking at non-fungible token art and collectible sales, both individual works and limited collections that have fetched the highest prices as of early 2021. Please note that the number of pieces involved in the sale will impact the ranking, with a preference given to one-of-a-kind items. And values fluctuate, so this is an ever-shifting list. Are you planning on investing in NFTs? Tell us why or why not in the comments below. Number 10, Hash Mask number 6718, $603,000. With the right collection, the NFT sky is the limit. Hash Masks is a series of digital works of art that, according to hashmasks.com, was created by over 70 artists from around the world. In total, the Hash Masks collection includes an impressive 16,384 portraits. The value of each individual portrait varies widely, but it's safe to assume that as more of them sell at increasingly high prices, the entire collection will benefit. Keeping track of hash masks can be tricky for the uninitiated, however, as the name of hash masks can be changed. Currently named the God of War, hash mask number 6718 sold for 300 ethers. The early 2021
I don't know when that sold, but right now Ethereum is worth like $3,600 or $3,300, something like that. So as of right now, that's a value of over $900,000. What?
equivalent of $603,012. Number 9. Genesis, $558,000. A collaboration between Trevor Jones and Jose Delbo, Genesis was part of a collection of 5 animated PNG files of Batman. The sale happened back in October of 2020, before the NFT buying frenzy took off in early 2021. As such, the sale of 302.5 Ether was only worth about $200,000 at the time. However, it's considered amongst the most lucrative sales in NFT history, as the value has subsequently risen to over $550,000. The total collection sold for 520 Ether. Genesis begins with an impressive pencil sketch of Batman by comic book artist Jose Delbo. Right before your eyes, it transforms into a more elaborate painting of the Dark Knight. It's a fascinating piece of moving digital art. Number 8. Hash mask number 993.
So there's more than one hash mask on this one. All right, cool.
$844,000. As we were saying before, the hash masks have the potential for big money. Hash mask number 9939 is a portrait of a figure sporting a demon mask and a halo. The title of the piece, which might well change eventually, is simply Sex. But as they say,
sex sells.
Says who?
In this particular case, it sold for 420 Ethers on February 3rd, 2021. In dollars, that works out to approximately $844,000. Sex and the aforementioned God of War hash mask.
Holy crap, 420 Ether real quick. We're going to take a real quick look. $3,048 in American. Holy Jesus. So 400, so that's worth over $1 million right now.
Are actually both currently owned by an account on the OpenSea marketplace by the name of Danny Secure. Considering the investment, it would seem that this user has a lot of faith in the hash masks and their future value. Number 7. Jack Dorsey's first tweet, $2.9 million. You heard that right, almost $3 million for one tweet. Specifically, $2,950,000.
Number one, I would ask, how is it? It almost has to be a screenshot that was minted as an NFT. That it almost has to be, unless somehow they digitally collected that and minted it. But it would seem that it would be almost, yeah.
$15,835.47. And the tweet in question was only 24 characters. Reading, just setting up my Twitter, it was posted by Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey on March 21st, 2006. The winning bid came from Sina Estavi, CEO of a blockchain startup based in Malaysia. He compared the tweet to classic works of art, stating that it wasn't just a tweet and that, quote, years later people will realize the true value of this tweet, like the Mona Lisa painting, end quote. We guess time will tell.
For the first tweet, the tweet that really started it all, I think it's just an incredible opportunity for someone who wants to associate themselves with a truly transformative piece of history.
Dorsey has donated the bid to nonprofit organization Give Directly for its African Response Program. Number 6. Earth and Mars, $5.18 million. While one-of-a-kind art NFTs have sold for impressive amounts, some artists have found arguably even greater success with collections and limited runs. Grimes, though best known for her music, was one of the first and biggest names to make headlines by selling limited edition NFT works of art. In late February of 2021, Grimes put a selection of NFT art up for sale, including 2 short videos entitled Earth and Mars.
Okay, so all that is so there's music attached to it. It's a spinning Earth, which you could actually take and You could find a background, put a background, you take and actually put a spinning earth, animated spinning earth on it, and then take and find the baby, take and do some lighting effects. So you could do all this and basically Photoshop with some of the After Effects stuff. Like, you could legit do it there. That is insane. Granted, to take and, you know, think of this for an NFT, all right, cool. I'm gonna give you that one because it's pretty cool. But it's still pretty humanetti.
A few thousand copies of each were made available at $7,500 a piece. That might sound steep for something that's not even one of a kind, but Grimes reportedly sold hundreds of each, netting approximately $5.18 million for Earth and Mars.
That's pretty.
Number 5. CryptoPunks number 6965, 4156, 2890, and 6487. $5.2 million. Like hash masks,
There's people selling single CryptoPunks on OpenSea for like $3 million. Like that this is going to be surpassed if it hasn't already, like that, because it's one of the first ones that was digitally available, and the people that got them have turned them for massive freaking profit. Like, this is the one guy talking about the tweets, you know, the tweet being, you know, a thing in history. The pixel punk thing is kind of similar because it's one of the things that's kind of set off the, holy crap, this is a thing, this is going to be something that's part of pop culture in 20 years. Well, that's where a lot of folks are looking at some of the NFTs right now.
CryptoPunk is another collection of NFTs that have taken the market by storm. A series of portraits, CryptoPunk NFTs consist of an 8-bit headshot of the CryptoPunk figure dressed up in different apparel. They look like sprites from a video game, but these fashionable little weirdos can fetch over $1 million.
24 by 24 pixels, simplistic. Only 10,000 were made back in 2017 and originally handed out for free. Now some of these things are trading upwards of $2 million.
CryptoPunks was among the first NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain. According to creators Matt Hall and John Watkinson of Larva Labs, there are 10,000 of these collectible digital artworks, and that number will never expand. CryptoPunks can be human, zombie, ape, or alien, with the latter three being the most rare. Between January and March 2021, CryptoPunks number 6965, 4156, 2890, and 6487 sold for between roughly $1.1 and $1.6 million apiece. Number 4. Crossroads, $6.6 million. Before Beeple made history at the Christie's auction, he warmed up with this impressive sale on the Nifty Gateway. Nifty, an online NFT marketplace, has played host to a number of big sales, including Grimes' various NFTs. But Crossroads represented an unprecedented moment in NFT history when it sold for the equivalent of $6.6 million in late February.
Christ.
At the time, it was the single most expensive digital artwork ever sold at auction. In terms of subject matter, the aptly named Crossroads takes inspiration from the 2020 U.S. presidential election.
Could you imagine if I...
And that's one of the reasons why I think that's probably sold for as much as it did, because you take a look and it's got loser, you got Trump, you got, you know, you got all the different stuff, Proud Boy, anarchist, MAGA, like, you've got all kind of stuff that really representative of the 2020 and 2020 elections and especially early 2021 with the January 6th Capitol storming of the Capitol building and things of that nature. So I mean, it's very, very representative of the mindset of a lot of people towards what happened and the last president of the country. So this is like, I can completely understand the reason why it sold. Now, 6-something million. Wow, that's steep, but that's almost also I'm willing to bet in 10 years this is something that'll take and resell for 15, 20.
Crossroads takes inspiration from the 2020 U.S. presidential election.
Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics.
it is pretty intense, and it clearly meant a lot to someone. Number 3, NBA Top Shot, $9.5 million.
It is exploding right now. How much do you believe that this is something that is here to stay versus a fad like, say, Beanie Babies?
I think NFTs are here to stay in perpetuity. I think the NBA is one of the great IPs in the world.
The world of NFTs is populated by a lot of obscure names and confusing concepts that can be hard to wrap your mind around.
That's one of the great things about sports NFTs, the collectibles, especially from places like Topshot, DraftKings, or some of the other sites out there, which are a little bit more expensive. Sports stars are recognizable, like up and coming art. If you don't know about art, like I don't know about art, like you've got to do due diligence and research just to even realize or know what the heck you're looking at. Even to take and find projects that might be worth something one day and stuff like that. It's still all fascinating to me, but this kind of stuff, the sports stuff, Top Shot, NBA draft or DraftKings with the NFT marketplace where they take and do drops and everything like that. That's something that is recognizable to a whole lot more people, probably, at least whether if you watch sports at all, and the chances are there's a lot more folks who watch sports that don't. Doesn't matter what form it's in. People watch sports. So stuff like this is going to sell like hotcakes. The value is going to be determined by how long, number one, or how much somebody's willing to pay for it. Number two, how long somebody's willing to take and hold it. Maybe if it's a lesser known person or somebody that's a rookie or something like that, you take and get something and hold it, they pop off. Well, the NFT is now worth a lot more money. So this, I think, until the rest of the world catches up with the art stuff, is going to be where a lot of money is going to be made here in the next 3 to 5 years.
As such, it's a bit surprising that one of the biggest winners of the NFT craze has been the NBA. Getting in on the action early, the NBA put together its own NFT marketplace where fans can purchase collectible moments in the form of NFTs.
They're created with different degrees of rarity. It allows collectors then to buy, sell, trade, gift their moments, just like trading cards. It sounds super confusing until you click into the website and you see how easy it really is.
The marketplace and collection, both known as NBA Top Shots, offers NFTs for as little as $10 to $15, but that's for the most common ones.
If you look at the top right, the serial number, your serial number is 15 out of that. So the lower the serial number, the more the value goes up.
There are tons of moments going for a few $100,000 a pop. At the top of the scale, a 2019-20 LeBron James that sold for a solid $200,000. When you add it all up, NBA Top Shots have already made nearly $10 million.
Okay, I was wondering because that had to be for a collective amount of money.
Number 2, CryptoPunks number 3100 and number 7804, $7.6 million. Pioneers in the world of art NFTs, Larva Labs have some of the most valuable sales in the history of the technology. As we've already delved into, there are 10,000 CryptoPunks total, but when it comes to aliens, there are only 9 available.
Put the phone down.
As the rarest of the CryptoPunks, the aliens have done massive business when they go up for auction. Tied at $7.6 million apiece are number 3100 and number 7804.
Jesus Christ.
The former is an alien rocking what appears to be a simple sweatband on its forehead. The latter is a bit more dressed up, sporting a cap and a pair of shades while smoking a pipe. Because of the value of Ethereum at the time of sale, number 3100 technically sold for more, but at $7.6 million, that's splitting hairs. Before we unveil our top pick, here's an honorable mention. Nyan Cat, $590,000.
Why would that be an honorable mention? Nobody cares.
From humble roots as a beloved meme to a 6-figure work of art.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Every day's the first 5,000 days, $69 million. There's been a lot of debate surrounding NFTs. Is this a bold new frontier for the world of both art and investing, or a passing trend?
Holy
people,
69 million. Holy crap, hola. It looks like a bunch of smaller NFTs making up one large NFT.
Real name Mike Winkleman is the artist behind Every Day's the First 5,000 Days, and he's publicly stated that he believes that NFTs are a bubble.
I look at it kind of almost like, it really, all it is a proof of ownership. It's really proving you own some digital file.
Even if that proves true, we doubt that he'll be complaining. Fetching almost 10 times that of the second most expensive art NFT, this unique work of art sold for a staggering $69 million.
69 million? I think it probably means digital art is here to stay.
It also bears the distinction of being the first of its kind to be auctioned at the iconic Christie's auction house. And if that's not enough, it's now in the history books as the third most expensive artwork by a living artist.
To be quite honest, this is not something I saw coming. And so, it's just been overwhelming for sure.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other...
Holy Jesus. 69 million. So I don't know. I figured I'd take and do a reaction to something. Like I said, I'm branching out, doing different stuff, reacting to different things. And NFTs and crypto in general, they're both things that I've really been taking and digging into here in the last couple weeks. I've been spending more and more time just taking a looking through, trying to take and gain knowledge at least on blockchain, because there's a lot more things that are that commercially are built off of blockchain or are tied to blockchain. There's a lot more things that financially are tied to blockchain, and it's going to be, I think that's the future of commercial security and financial security. A lot is things are going to be more and more tied into blockchain. It's a lot more, there's a lot more security protocols and stuff like that, checks and balances and all that stuff. And the way that it's manifesting right now, which is the very early stages still of all of it, and just what people are doing with it, and the NFTs, the non-fungible tokens that you can take and buy and either flip or you can hold for long-term investments, that right now a lot of folks don't even know about, they've never heard of. And on the flip side, the ones that there's some that there's some that have, that think it's crazy. I first heard about it, I thought it was crazy. The more I dig into it, the more it makes sense to take and have stuff to where it's be a lot harder to lose. Granted, unless you're, I say it harder to lose, the security in place on this stuff is a lot more secure. The only thing more secure is probably having it on your wall and maybe having an ADT sign out front of your house. So I mean, but for me, it's more just the fascination of, okay, we got this new digital, or this new, how do I put this into words? This new territory, this new frontier, basically, and this new technology, the way technology is allowing people now to actually make art, to have collectibles and things of that nature, and it's just fascinating. So to take and I seen this, I was like, yep, take a look at this, because I just find it fascinating. I just want to see, exactly, because I've seen some of the pricing on OpenSea for some stuff, and it's like there's more than a few things, especially with the cryptopunks. 26 Ethereum, and I'm like, huh, holy crap, that's expensive. So to take and see exactly how much some of this stuff goes for, or what most expensive things is, it's still just, I'm fascinated. So hopefully y'all won't hold it too much against me for taking and watching this. Maybe you take and learn something. You know, or you're just like, wow, he's going crazy. Either way, it's cool. Y'all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.
You